What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Yes, we've got the old trench gun back out here today. So I did a video on this a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned that a lot of people say Slamfire is overrated or not what it's all cracked up to be. Well, we're gonna find out, because today we're gonna compare the trench gun to a modern regular pump action shotgun and see if this 100-year-old Slamfire 12 gauge actually has an advantage. So a lot of you guys really enjoyed the trench sweeper video that I posted a couple weeks ago, and I told you that wasn't the last time you would see this thing. So if you missed that video, Slamfire is basically a feature that's in some really old shotguns that, due to the lack of a disconnector, it allows you to hold the trigger down and just pump the tube dry. And boy, is it fun. But is it actually an advantage? We're gonna find out. So we'll shoot the trench gun first, and then we'll get out our regular pump action shotgun. Now, I've heard, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that they stopped producing Slamfire shotguns as a safety concern because police, and probably civilians as well, were accidentally putting extra rounds in people when they would use these in self-defense, which I can definitely see happening if you don't get your finger off the trigger. But I would love a Mossberg 590 or a modern pump action shotgun with the Slamfire option, but we'll probably never get it. Let's go ahead and try the Slamfire. I think I got 4 or 5 more rounds in it. All right, so I've got the trigger held down, you can see. Rack it out. It is weird, I'm not gonna lie, it takes a while to get used to. You know, bringing the pump home and having a round go off as you do that is just really unnatural, but it's definitely cool, and the more you get used to it, the more effective it is. See if we can do it a little faster. Not sure if any of those hit the target, but it's definitely fast. Trench sweeper mode activated. You can't do that with a regular pump action shotgun. Let's try our Shoot Steel clay popper and see if I can actually hit a sporting clay with this thing. Shout out to Shoot Steel, by the way. They make awesome steel targets. Definitely go check them out. I don't think I've shot sporting clays with this yet. Feels kind of weird, but we'll try it. And that's how awesome the trench gun is. It sets sporting clays on fire. That was definitely not a Firebird target. I tell you what, a lot of people consider shotguns to be basic or maybe even boring, especially when you get into the really expensive high-powered rifles and stuff, but I totally disagree. If you're looking for your first gun or you can only afford one, I highly recommend a pump action shotgun. There's nothing more fun than shooting flying targets out of the air, and they're very effective. There's really nothing a shotgun can't do, so don't let anyone tell you otherwise. These things rock. All right, our regular shotgun is gonna be the Benelli SuperNova 12 gauge pump. And you might notice we've got a shorter barrel on the Benelli, finally. So this is 100% thanks to opticsplanet.com. I've used that website for years, and they've decided to partner up with the channel, and they've even given you guys a discount code. So if you text One Shot TV to 80907, you can get a pretty big discount across the entire website. They'll send you a coupon right through the text and get your discount that way. Of course, thank you to Optics Planet for, you know, supporting the channel. I really appreciate it, and they're gonna send us some pretty cool stuff to make videos on. So let's try the Benelli. I actually have not even shot this new barrel yet, so I'm excited to see how it does. That pump feels so much different than the Winchester. That's crazy. I don't know if I have one more. Yep. So I haven't shot this gun in a while, and that feels completely different from the Winchester. I'm obviously drooling over the trench gun right now. I just love it so much, but I have to admit there are benefits to these modern pump action shotguns, especially ones like the Benelli SuperNova. So right off the bat, they have choke tubes, which I don't think 100-year-old shotguns had. Choke tubes basically allow you to constrict or open up your pattern depending on what you're doing. If you're shooting far away, you can put a full choke in and it will keep the pattern tight further down range. Obviously, a huge benefit when you're doing different stuff with a shotgun. They also, a lot of them now can take bigger, more powerful modern shotgun loads, whereas with the old trench guns, you want to be careful because they weren't really designed to shoot 3 or 3.5 inch, 12 gauge loads. They're also extremely modular. You can just deck them out however you want, bigger magazine tubes, different sights, grips, butt stocks, triggers, just modify them like you can most modern firearms, whereas the old ones are kind of what you see is what you get. And this one even comes with shim kits, so you can adjust the angle of the stock to fit your shoulder perfectly. And of course, the recoil reduction system in these modern shotguns is 10 times better than what they had 100 years ago. It's just way more comfortable to shoot. Well, we saw how fast I was able to dump the magazine tube in trench sweeper mode. Let's try a regular pump action shotgun and see how fast it is when you actually have to pull the trigger every time. Probably gonna be quite a bit slower, especially with me behind it. But I only had 3, I thought I had 4. Either way, pretty clear that it's quite a bit slower. And I'll be the first to admit, there are guys that are lightning fast with regular pump action shotguns. Just go watch videos on YouTube. I'm not the best representation for how fast you could be with a regular pump action. I've actually heard guys say they've got trench guns and they're no faster with those than they are with the regular pump gun, and I just don't see how that's possible. You're literally cutting out the human error, and the timing is perfect automatically, because as soon as that pump goes home, the hammer falls and the round goes off. So I don't really see how you could be as fast, but no doubt about it, there are people out there who are pretty dang close. Now, there is one area where Slamfire is inferior in my opinion, and that's when you're trying to be really precise and hit small targets. So I'm gonna attempt to demonstrate this on an assortment of colorful party balloons. Actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I short stroked the last one, and I think I hit 2 balloons with 1 shot, which is kind of sweet. I thought that might happen, but you have to make sure your sights are on target before you pump the gun, which just feels so unnatural. So that's probably why I don't like using Slamfire for taking precise shots, because it just feels weird. Good grief. Ah. Love it. However, where Slamfire becomes most useful is when you're up close and personal on big targets trying to dump as many rounds as you can, probably like you would be in trench warfare. For example, well, I think we lost our trash can. But I also want to point out, just because it's a Slamfire shotgun does not mean you have to use it that way. If you're shooting smaller targets at long range, you can use it like a regular pump and get more accuracy, or if you're shooting big targets up close, you can use Slamfire and really crank them out of there. So it actually gives you the best of both worlds. I need to go find this trash can. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed our video. Again, I wanna thank OpticsPlanet.com. Don't forget to check out our discount code. I really appreciate all the support from them. I would say the trench gun probably took the win, in my opinion. I'm obviously biased. I love this thing. I just got it, and it's newer to me. So Slamfire is something I don't have a ton of experience with, and the first time you get to try it, it's just so much fun, and it's really cool. So I think Slamfire absolutely has a purpose and absolutely has an advantage if used properly. However, you know, in home defense, self-defense, does it really? I guess I don't know, but for, you know, having fun and making videos, it does. That's a fact. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If any of you have Slamfire shotguns, I'd be glad to hear from you guys as always. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments as well, and hit that like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.